In this week's episode of Go Away with Tom Gleeson, we're off to Cairns in Queensland. I wonder what he can find that is so bad about the place. Go away.
Cairns, an hour south of the beautiful and infinitely better Port Douglas. Cairns is the gateway to the Great Barrier Reef, in the same way that marijuana is a gateway to meth. Unless you want to visit somewhere with the same weather as a human armpit, don't come here. Tonight on Go Away, I'll show you why.
What I find quite funny is Queensland is known for sun, right? That's what it's known for, sun and hot weather. He has managed to find a day where the weather looks dreadful. How has he managed that? How has he found it? It's so rubbish. I said this in the last video. It's those very simple facial expressions he makes, and it's nothing over the top, but it's showing different things in the scene, and then those sort of expressions are brilliant.
To start off, I went to have a chat with the man to discuss this tropical shithole, but suddenly he was unavailable. So I made do with the unofficial mayor of Cairns, local businessman Trent. Well, thanks for filling in for the real mayor.
No worries.
That's the only reason I got you here, because he was too gutless, didn't want to turn up.
Well, it is midday, mate, and most granddads have a sleep at midday, so...
What are you going to do when the reef dies? I'm worried that it's going to be dead by the time I get there.
Well, hurry.
Am I going to witness it dying?
No, not a slow and painful death. It's thriving. You'll love it.
Yeah, well, I feel like everyone comes to Cairns for the Great Barrier Reef. Isn't that like me being friends with you just because you got a hot sister? If you enjoy swimming in places that are like a cross between a beach and a pool, but not as good as either, the Esplanade Lagoon is for you. Welcome to the biggest urinal in Cairns. It's already body temperature, so no one notices the warm
He's definitely pretending to piss in the water.
patches. It's a great place to swim if you enjoy wading through used frangers from the backpackers that were rooting in here last night. One of the best ways to get to know a place is to have a beer with the locals. We're on my tap. G'day.
G'day.
Are you locals?
No, we're backpackers.
Oh, backpackers. Which one of you was rooting in the lagoon last night?
I was probably me.
Flights depart regularly from capital cities all over Australia. But if you're lucky, your plane will be diverted to somewhere much better. If you come to Cairns, there are only two things to do. Book a flight out as soon as possible and heading out to the Great Barrier Reef.
To be fair, that is the only thing I know Cairns for, is the Great Barrier Reef. But is that enough to get someone to go there? Simply to see the Great Barrier Reef? Is that the only way to get someone to go to Cairns? Or it's kind of a whistle-stop tour?
Your boat's slower than ours. Suck shit. This is Todd, the captain of the ship. How are you? You sick?
No, I'm doing all right at this stage.
Have you ever licked a cane toad?
No. Here it's good though.
What are you going to do when the reef dies?
Take people to a dead reef, I guess.
Testing. I just have an announcement to make. The reef is now dead. It died today. I'm really sorry.
Here's a serious question, actually. How are Australians coping and dealing with the Great Barrier Reef that is dying? What does that mean to you guys if you're from Australia? Because if you think of Australia, the one thing you're going to think of is the Great Barrier Reef. So how does it make you feel when you know it's dying? It's sad. It is quite sad. I've never seen it, and we probably won't actually go and see it this time round when we come in September, because we'll be going down south to Melbourne. It's such a shame, isn't it? In all that life. Sorry, this has gone a little bit more depressing than I thought.
No trip to the Great Barrier Reef is complete without getting dressed up like a knob and showing everyone that you're unco.
Can't see anything.
And when you've had enough of looking at dead coral,
Back to that. Maybe everyone should just leave it alone for a while. Just leave it alone. Don't go near the coral reef. Just leave it and see if it fixes itself without everyone interfering. I don't know. Maybe that's an option.
why not come out for some fun at the Cairns Zoom and Wildlife Dome? The biggest attraction is the zip line over Goliath, the sedate crocodile. This zip line is on the roof of the casino, so when you finish gambling downstairs, you can come up here and gamble with your life.
Are you gonna go now?
No, this place is probably run by backpackers who have less concern for my safety than a carny. If I'm going to plunge to my death, I'll do it in a city with good coffee.
Come on, we have been up here a while now.
All right, yippee.
Adrenaline thrill,
So there you have it. Just like the Great Barrier Reef, Cairns is dead and not worth going to. If your friends say, let's go to Cairns, tell them to go away. How long's this shit gonna take?
Right. This is my observations on what Tom's said. Now, sometimes I say, actually, it looks really nice. So when we look at Launceston, it looked lovely. He was belittling it, but it looked gorgeous. It looked a little bit historical, and it looked entertaining to go to. Cairns, it literally looks like the only place, the only thing you can do is go see the Great Barrier Reef. It doesn't really seem like there's anything else to go there for. Now, I'm sure people watch my videos and are from Cairns, so you are welcome to tell me if there is anything different to do. Please tell me. But like I said, it just seems like the Great Barrier Reef is the only sort of claim to fame. So, yeah, maybe Tom Gleeson's right on this one. Let me know in the comments down below. And I'll catch you next time.